Hey guys, so today's video is going to be a foundation first impressions, and it's gonna be kind of a strange one because I've already tried it out. You guys saw it in the full face of first impressions, but I didn't really pay attention. I didn't really check back in the mirror. I just went swimming after I did that video. And I never even tried it with a sponge or anything like that in that video. So I thought that I would bring it back, do a full first impressions where I test it out throughout the day. I check in with you guys. And I really pay attention to the foundation this time. So the foundation that I'm talking about is the number 7 Lift and Luminate Foundation. This is one that I've heard talked about on YouTube all the time. I have normal to dry skin. I also have sensitive skin and very acne prone, so I have to be careful of the products that I use. Also, I live in Arizona, so it's super hot, so oftentimes foundations break down or my face gets really sweaty and oily because of how hot it is here. So it's kind of weird how it worked out that way. I will also be listing all my foundation shade matches down below in the description box, so make sure to go check it out if you are trying to kind of color match. Check the description box. So the shade that I got today was warm beige. They didn't have much of a shade range. They had what I saw in stores about 7 shades maybe, and it was kind of odd. So I don't feel like this foundation goes really light at all. It kind of started, I mean, this was the 2nd or 3rd foundation in, and I'm usually like the 5th or 6th or something like that. So this is what it looks like. It is a plastic bottle and it does have a pump. I'm gonna be reading first off what the company claims off of the box, and then we're gonna get started with the first impressions. All right, so it says, this is a coverage, it says it has medium coverage, anti-aging complex, visibly lifts, firms, and illuminates. And it does have SPF 15 if you are so curious. It says illuminating foundation which has been formulated with a polymer to help appear to visibly lift and give firmer feeling skin. Our pro retinol complex containing lipopeptides boosts and maintains elasticity. It also contains a brightening complex to give skin a long-term boost for even skin tone. Powerful antioxidants, vitamin C and E and SPF 15 help protect against the aging effects of free radicals, minimizes the appearance of age spots, pores, and pigmentations. And it says for best results, use your fingers or a sponge. Interesting. I didn't try it with my fingers. I probably should have, but I didn't. It's also hypoallergenic. And that's all it basically says about this foundation. So I'm really excited. If you like foundation first impressions, make sure to give me a big old fat thumbs up. And yeah, let's just get on started. All right, so here we go. I got the shade, what is this? This is the shade warm beige. It does have a pump, which I'm super excited about. You guys may have seen it in my full face of first impressions video, but yeah. So today I'm gonna try it with half of my face. I'm going to use this is the Equate beauty sponge. They have several different ones. This one's the green one, obviously. Every time I start to film one of these, I feel super awkward. I don't know why. I'm gonna do the other half of my face with a brush, and if this one doesn't work out, I always like to try this one out. If this one doesn't work out, then of course I'm gonna stick with my e.l.f. powder brush that I love for foundation. So we're gonna see, and we might even bring in the silly sponge at some point. We'll just have to see. So for primer, I'm gonna use the Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. Let's do this. Let's use the pore eraser because I love this. I love this primer for all over the face. And so let's go ahead and let's do this. Okay, I'm gonna take out a full pump, which looks like this, and I'm going to dot it on this side of my face and use the sponge.
Open eye, feel the waves cut through me, hypnotized by the sounds I'm breathing.
It's a rare thing when I don't get lighter coverage with the sponge. It's usually sponge, I Usually whenever I use a sponge, I automatically assume lighter coverage. That actually looks really smooth and really beautiful with a sponge. It looks like my skin just totally evened out. So I like that. I like the sponge. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a brush on this side of the face, and I'm gonna need to pump out one more. The only thing with the sponge is it always sucks up product. And this is just like a brush I got from a random little, I think I got it over Amazon, like a random little brush from a random place. Okay, on the forehead, I think I'm gonna try the Silly Sponge just for fun. Yeah, let's do that. I always like using the Silly Sponge. I've said this before. I like using it once I've already put down product on my face. Oh, great. This one blended okay with the Silly Sponge. I think the Silly Sponge works better with thicker foundations. It has slightly more coverage with the brush, but it's like a slight. But it reminds me a lot of the Bourjois Healthy Skin Serum Foundation, where it's just, it looks like skin, like in the sunlight, in bright lights like this, outside, inside, in pictures, it looks like skin. And that's what this reminds me of, which is nice because the Bourjois one, you have to order on Amazon because they don't have it here in the States. So I'm gonna try to build up a little bit on this other side. I'm just curious to see if it will build up at all. I would say this has like a medium coverage. That's what I would say. This foundation does feel super, super tacky. I'm going to have to set it down, but I'm gonna do concealer first and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then I'll be back. Okay, so I finished putting on all the rest of my makeup. I'll quickly tell you what I put on, just in case you're wondering. I used the NYX Gotcha Covered concealer, and then I set that with the RCMA No Color powder. Then for my entire face, I used the L'Oreal True Match powder in N4. That's what I used to set my entire face. For blush, I used the Milani Romantic Rose powder blush. It's the flowery one that I got recently. A lot of these things I got recently in a haul. So like the e.l.f. contour palette I used to contour and bronze the face. The e.l.f. illuminating palette I used to highlight the face. I'll show you which highlighter. I used the lightest one today, this one right here, to give me that glow. On the eyes, I used the contour palette for the crease, and then I used the Attractive Scenery Cosmetic palette. I used the yellow and the lime green for the lid color. Then I did use the e.l.f. Prism eyeshadow palette in Natural. I used some of those goldy shades like in the outer corner and in the lower lash line. My lashes are of course, the Kiss Ritzy lashes. They're my favorite. And then for my lips, the Wet n Wild Rebel Rose Liquid Catsuit liquid lipstick. So I really like how the foundation is setting, especially with the powders. The powders went on really smooth. Now that I've set it with powder, it feels fine. It feels set and like it's not going to move. I didn't like how tacky it felt. You definitely have to set this powder, I think. It's very similar to that foundation. Let me show you. I still think it's very similar to this foundation, the Bourjois Healthy Skin Serum, because it looks very similar. Like, it just looks beautiful. So I'm gonna go outside and I'm gonna see how it looks outside and how it wears throughout the day. So far I'm loving it, and I really love it. Like, I do like it with the brush, but I really like it with the sponge. I think the sponge just blended it nicely, and it really does look like a second layer of skin. So I'm gonna be wearing this throughout the day, and I'll be checking in with you guys at the 5-hour mark, the 8-hour mark, and then the very end of the night. And you guys get to see for yourselves how it looks throughout the night, and then I'm going to give you my opinions. So I'm really excited. I hope you are too. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. It is 11 o'clock right now, and so I will check back with you guys in 5 hours. Okay, so I'm back. It's been 5 hours. It's 4 p.m. And I've been grocery shopping. I've been outside. It is so hot today, like so hot. Anyways, I'm loving how the foundation looks. It is a little bit getting kind of glowy, but I think that's just from it being so hot. But I'm so impressed. I have, like, my face looks smooth, the pores are gone. My pores look so smooth, my skin just looks so smooth, and it looks so much like skin. Like, it doesn't look like I have foundation on, and I love it. Part of that I think is from the foundation, and part of it I think is from the pore eraser primer that I use, but still, like, my face looks so flawless right now. I love it so far. The coverage is still there. It hasn't oxidized on me that I have noticed. So I'm loving it so far. It's looking really good, you can tell. The brush and the beauty blender side both look pretty much the same right now. So I'll see you guys in 3 more hours. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock. It's been 8 hours, and I'm super impressed how the foundation's been wearing because I've been outside and it's so hot. It's like 119 outside, almost 120. It is so incredibly hot, and so my foundation, I mean, it looks really, really good, especially the brush side. The beauty blender side still looks good, but you can tell that it's fading a little bit. My chin area is definitely faded. I mean, you can see my spots under here. I really love that it hasn't kind of synced into any of my creases or fine lines or accentuated that the whole time. Like I usually have a crease here, and it looks really, really good. So I'm loving how it looks so far. I am really impressed. I don't know if I mentioned it's been 8 hours, 7 o'clock. So I like it, and I love that it's that same formula. I keep mentioning every time with that other foundation, the Bourjois one, because I love that one, and this one is just easier to get to. So I'm loving it so far. I will check back with you guys in a couple of hours at the end of the night before I take my run. I'm going running tonight, and I don't think I'm gonna wear it while I'm running because I probably won't. So, okay, so I'm back. It's been 10 hours. It's 10 and a half hours. It's almost 9:30. I thought I would show you what my makeup looks like before I take off for a run, because then it for sure will be terrible looking. I've lost a lot of coverage, but it has been 10 hours. But I like how it fades. I think it fades nicely. Sometimes foundations fade patchy or they just look bad. But I like this foundation. It still looks so skin-like. It looks so skin-like all day that when it fades, like I can't, it's hard to notice because it just looks like my skin. So I really like this foundation so far. I definitely, from the first impressions, say if you have normal to dry skin, give it a try. It does have a very luminous finish. Or if you live under hot weather, definitely set it. You may need to set, you may need to powder maybe one time, but I really like this foundation so far. If you like first impression videos, make sure to hit the like and to hit my little face to subscribe and hit the bell to notify you of all my future videos. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you have any recommendations of foundations you think I should try, comment down below, leave them down below for me. And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye.